Welcome to Morrison Madness. I'm Don.
I'm Lachelle.
So,
how was your week, honey? What first we
how,
should
were-
say?
how was my last 2 weeks?
Right. Should we say what time it is that we're recording this? Because it'll be several weeks before this publishes.
So it was middle of May.
end of May.
Middle of May. It was over 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
it's the beginning of June.
You're gonna start back then, sure.
Yeah.
So in the middle of May,
Right.
because it makes more sense because the weather is involved, and so you kind of have to have that
Right.
time frame.
So we had a long, cold beginning to the spring.
We did,
And the grass
here in
wasn't really
Iowa.
growing that much. And then it warmed up for a little bit and the grass started to grow. And then before I could get the mower out and start mowing, it rained every single day for a week. Not a ton, but every day. So, and it always seemed to rain on the days when that's the time of day that I had off. Was like, if I was off in the morning, it would rain in the morning.
Yes, and if you were off in the afternoon, it would rain in the afternoon.
Yes, it sucked. So by the time I get around to being able to mow, the grass is like 14, 16 inches tall. I mean, it's already gone to seed.
Not the first time. It was getting to where it was gonna start to seed.
It had gone to seed.
Oh, it had?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the dandelions had already
Oh, yeah, because
bloomed and...
You're right. I forgot that's coming up in the story. So anyway, yeah, so it had gone to seed. It was way too long. It had gone to seed. And we live in town, and the city
But we have a
doesn't-
huge yard. We have the largest yard on the cul-de-sac.
We do.
And so I have a riding lawnmower.
Well, and part of the reason you have the riding lawnmower is because our backyard is crazy.
Yes.
It's nobody.
Well, and it was my dad's. And when he passed away, I inherited it.
You had another riding lawnmower before that.
Yeah.
And the reason you got the riding lawnmower was because of the backyard.
Yes.
Because it has a super steep hill,
right.
and you really shouldn't.
It's not safe to do it with a push mower.
And it's not really safe to do with a riding mower, but there really isn't another option.
Right.
But you feel safer doing it with a riding mower than you do with a push mower, so
Yes.
that's why we have it.
Yeah, because they have the safety features when
Right.
if you get off the seat, it turns them off.
Right.
So, anyway, I get the riding mower out, and I'm all prepared. I got my headphones on. I have a drink in my special drink container that my lovely wife got me for birthday or anniversary or something.
I think Father's Day.
Last year. Anyway, I get up and get ready to start mowing, and I always start in the same spot at the front of the yard, so I'm not blowing grass into the street, right? And I go to engage the blades, nothing happens. Like, what the heck? So I get off the mower, and this is what really sucks about that safety feature. So then you've got to have two people to be able to work on it to try to figure out what's wrong with it.
Right.
Right? So I'm out there trying to figure out what's wrong with it, hanging off of the seat, trying to see what's going on every time I engage the PTO, and I figure out that the belt is stretched out or a pulley has come loose or something because the belt's not getting tight and it's not spinning, so then it's not turning the blades.
Gotcha.
So I can't mow the lawn. So I call my mom and I ask to borrow her mower.
Which used to be your old riding lawnmower.
Right. And she was like, yeah, sure, you can borrow my mower. So I go get my mom's mower.
And that's the part that I forgot. That's why I was thinking that, yes.
Right. So I get the yard mowed, but as I'm mowing the yard with her mower, and her mower's a little smaller than mine,
Yes.
I realized that the deck on it is not level.
No.
So it's like a fade. Our lawn has like this fade haircut from like a 1 to a 3.
Right.
all the way around the yard.
In strips, right. A 1 to 3, and then it starts over at a 1 to 3.
Yes. And then on top of that, the blades are not sharp.
Right.
Right. So it's really not really cutting the grass. It's just beating the shit out of it. So that it was mowed. It wasn't pretty.
Right.
So I call around. I had to call like 4 or 5 places to find somebody that could get me in. Most places were telling me it was 3 to 4 weeks before they could even look at my mower.
Right.
And I found a place that was a half an hour away. Yep, they'd have to order the belt, but they could have it done same week. I'm like, all right, great. So take it down there, get it dropped off. They call me, go pick it up. By this time, it's been over a week, and I'm wanting to mow again.
And it rains
every day. So from the time I picked the mower up, it had already been a week since I'd mowed, and then it's at least 5 more days, right?
Oh, it was almost a full week. I feel like you picked the mower up on a Monday, and then you didn't mow until Memorial Day.
Okay.
So I feel like it was a full week.
All right. So So it was 2 weeks since it had been mowed.
Yeah.
And I get the mower, and I go back to the place where I normally start, by the curb, and mow, and I do a full pass around the yard, and then I make a second pass around the yard, and then on the third pass, there's a tree that I have to kind of go around. And so anytime you're backing up on a newer riding mower, you have to disengage the blades. It's a safety feature. If you try to back up with the blades engaged, it'll kill the engine. So I disengage the blades, and I back up, and I get turned the way I need to go, and I go to engage the blades again. Nothing happens. I'm like, what the heck? And I look down, and yeah, the belt is just ripped apart and thrown out across the yard. I'm like, what? No.
And meanwhile, because it rained and rained and rained in the 2 weeks between of when you mowed the first time and mowed the second time, the lawn is even longer than what it was the first time.
Yes, and it has gone to seed again.
Yes, which again, if you have listened to or watched some of our podcasts and we talked about Chewy and how he had to hop through the yard, or if you follow our Facebook group, our Madness group on Facebook, you can see video of Chewy jumping through the yard because it was super, super long.
So at this point, I had decided, you know what, I'll try and mow it with the push mower. It's been a long time since I mowed the whole lawn with the push mower. Usually I only trim with it. And I go to get the push mower out. Yeah, the push mower's not having any of it. I don't know if it needs a new spark plug or carburetor tuned up or what, but it wasn't having any of it. I yanked on that sucker and sprayed starter fluid in it until my shoulder was sore, and I was like, yeah, I'm just done. So I called my mom, and I'm like, can I borrow the mower? And she's like, I don't know, you'll have to ask John, who's my stepdad. So I called John, and he goes, well, I have it tore apart. I'm trying to fix the mower deck. Remember, he said it was uneven. I'm trying to level it out. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. He's like, no, I'll put it back together. You can come get it. I'm like, no, if you've got it tore apart, go ahead and get it fixed. Get the blade sharpened. Needs done. I'll figure something else out. So luckily, we
you knew some
got a hold of a high school kid.
Yep.
Who's graduating this week, and he's been trying to save up money, getting ready to go to college.
Right.
Started a lawn mowing business, so I called him up. I'm like, dude, it's horrible. It's really bad. It's going to be all you can do to do it with your push mower. I said, he normally charges like $30 for a lawn, but because ours is so big and the grass was so high, I was like, dude, I'll pay you $50.
Right.
Just come and get it mowed. I need it mowed right away.
Yep.
So.
And he did. He came the very next day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Memorial Day when I was texting him, and he was like,
Right.
yeah, I can come tomorrow.
Right.
I was like, awesome. So he came the next day and took care of it for us. And
yes. Super helpful.
Yes. I mean, it looks like crap, but not because he did a crappy job. It's because the grass was so high.
Yes.
I mean, he had to have his mower set at the highest thing.
Right.
And the grass is still super high.
Right. But now our lawn looks like a bowl haircut because it's got shorter cuttings around the outside.
It's got 242 strips around the outside that are really short, and then the rest of the lawn,
The rest of the lawn is still a little long in the middle, a little rough.
But at least now, Chewy can run through the yard.
Yes.
Where before he would like have to walk through it and then hop.
Yes.
Walk through it and hop. Like he couldn't even
couldn't
build up
see.
speed and run through it. It would tangle him up and stuff.
Yes.
So just one of those things that everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
That's our Morrison madness. Yes, that's the way our life goes around here.
Yep. I was so frustrated at the point that it happened. I was so frustrated that the first thing I did after I put the mower away was come inside. And again, it's Memorial Day, so I couldn't even call anybody to find out about getting it fixed. I was so frustrated. I came inside, opened up my laptop, and started searching to buy a new mower.
I remember that. Sometimes you have to take the internet away from Don when he's stressed or frustrated, because Don tends to buy things when he's stressed and frustrated.
I was good. I didn't order anything online.
No, which is good, but we do have to discuss at some point when you decided to order the Star Wars figures. Or have we already
talking
talked
about
that?
lawnmowers right now. These are a necessary thing. If you don't mow your lawn, you can get fined.
Yes.
This has happened to us at our rental property, or
Yes.
what used to be a rental property. When the tenants wouldn't mow,
Correct.
I would get a nasty letter from the city.
Correct.
Yes. So you have to mow your lawn. Not only that, but it makes your neighbors mad when
It
you have
does.
dandelions going to seed and everything else going to seed. And
Yes, it does.
our neighbors have been pretty tolerant about it the last couple of years, especially because of the virus and everything. But
Right.
I know it makes them not happy.
Yes.
So we promise we want to mow our lawn. we don't. We're not trying to live in
The
a
world
pasture.
has a different idea.
We do. Yeah. It's I did grow up on a farm, and I do know how to bale hay. We are not trying to bale this yard. We don't want any part of that. We're not raising cattle out back or anything. So it's just a series of misfortunate events.
Yes.
Preventing me from mowing. And I like my lawn mowing time. I put my headphones on.
You do.
I may
enjoy
or may
mowing.
not have an adult beverage in my little drink container.
Right.
Yeah, it's my little alone time. My escape from the world.
Yeah.
I can sing any song I want to off key, and I don't care. Because I have my headphones on and the mower's really loud.
You can't even hear whether you're on key or not while you're singing.
Right, and I don't care. So then I can sing artists that I wouldn't normally sing. Like I can,
Right.
I can sing some T Swift if I want to.
Nice.
I can mumble along to some Snoop Dogg.
That's funny. I've seen.
Eminem,
I
'cause
can
I can't
see
keep
you
up.
singing when you're mowing the. I can never hear you while you're mowing the lawn. I didn't know that you were singing T Swift. That's pretty good.
You never know. I have a crazy mix
I'm sure
on
you
my
do.
phone.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we'll go from a little Tim McGraw to some Business by Eminem. Throw some Snoop Dogg in there. Little Charmeleon. Never know.
Oh. Okay, I don't know the last group. How do I not know the last
Riding
group?
Dirty.
Oh, okay, there we go. Now I know the last group.
Did I not say that name right? I thought I did. Chameleonaire, not Charmeleon.
That would be
Chameleonaire.
why I didn't know what you were talking about.
My bad. That was our audio video guy. He's here to correct Don when he
That's right.
spouts off stupid shit.
It takes an entire team.
That's right.
A whole
Chameleonaire.
village.
I don't know why I was thinking Charmeleon.
I don't know. Are Pokemon on the brain?
Oh,
Charmanders?
probably. Yeah, actually, yes. I watched a video about Pawn Stars today.
I remember
Some guy
hearing
was
that
changing,
video.
trying to sell him some Charmander cards, and the old bald guy, Rick, whatever, had no idea what they were worth. And then when he found out, he couldn't believe it. He had to walk away from the thing. He's like, that's crazy.
How much were they worth?
I want to say like $50,000-$65,000.
Wow. How many cards did he have?
He had a bunch. He might have had like 50 or 60 of them, but they were all mint condition, graded, original print Charizard cards.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Very
they were
cool.
nice.
Very cool. Oh, goodness. So that gives you a little idea into just a general everyday adventure around the Morrison household.
I feel like we did take some. Well, there's videos of Chewy, so you can see the lawn in the videos of Chewy. So if you want to see how bad the lawn looks and the different layers.
Yeah, I took a picture of the different layers.
And posted it?
And before he mowed. So on Memorial Day, when you had just done the outside round and nothing had been done in the middle at all. So it was really clear that it was two different levels. I took a picture of that and posted it to the Morrison Madness group.
So you can see how funny it looks if you go to our Facebook Morrison Madness page. And then
Into the group,
right.
not just the page. At
Right.
some point, stuff like this will post to the page, but yeah.
And then, so we have these bushes in the front of the house, which I have been wanting to get rid of since we moved in. I built a deck on the front of the house, but she would only let me build it up to the bushes.
I liked the bushes.
Well, the bushes have been dying for the last 3 years. They're
Yeah.
orange and there's almost no green left on them, just a little bit on the top. It's like they're, I don't.
Part of the reason that they're dying, though, too, is because Don let them overgrow
No,
and
has
didn't
nothing to
trim
do with
them
it. They got
back,
the no.
and then
They got
trim
the
them
same.
back.
No, don't
way
even go
far.
there. Don't try to blame this on Don. They got the same disease that evergreen got.
On the end,
But it's spreading throughout the rest of them.
Is it?
Yes. And so
Okay.
I started trying to cut one out, and again, thanks to Chewy, he's a godsend. I get to tear those things out because we're gonna expand the deck.
you didn't want a small dog.
Because right now the only stairs we have going out to the front yard go right into our driveway,
Yes.
and so we want to expand the deck away from the driveway and then put another set of stairs at the other end, so then we can have a fenced-in area,
Right.
so he can go outside.
Right.
And we don't have to worry about him running underneath our cars and getting greasy and
Right.
all that kind of crap.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
hopefully there won't be too many misadventures in tearing out the bushes and building the new deck.
There will be misadventures, and I'm sure we will talk about it because it is Morrison Madness, and that is the way our life goes. We just plan for it at this point. Any project that should take an hour, just plan on 2 to 4 hours when you're doing stuff for us.
Honestly, you know what? That's a good idea for our next podcast. We could talk about the adventures of building that deck and how many times I had to take it apart.
Oh my gosh.
Because the inspector didn't like the way I built it.
Yes. Right up until 2 days before our wedding, you were building that deck.
Anyway,
because it had to
Thanks.
come apart so many times.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Morrison Madness. I really don't have a whole lot more to say about the mowing adventure. I did get a hold of them. They're going to fix it.
Oh yeah, we should say that. They when you called,
Right, it's warranted.
it's warranted.
So I'm going to take the mower back there tomorrow.
Right.
And hopefully...
And they still have to order another belt, so it's still going to be...
No, they got it ordered.
They have it ordered, but
Right.
they don't have it yet.
No,
so.
but hopefully it'll be there by Monday, and
Okay.
it doesn't take that long to put one on.
Right. I didn't know how long it would take them to get it ordered in.
The biggest... I mean, I could probably order one and put one on. The issue is that it takes 2 people to make sure that you have it tight, because you got to have somebody sitting on the dang thing to...
Right.
So...
Right. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of, and we won't have any more misadventures with mowing the lawn.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do you have any idea what caused it? Was it the belt was just too tight, or that
I don't have any way of knowing, because again, it mowed fine the first 2 times around.
Right.
There wasn't any signs of anything. It's not like if it was overly tight, I feel like it would have been hard to put it in to engage it.
Right.
And that wasn't the issue. And then if it was loose to where the pulleys were spinning on it, it would have burnt a little bit.
Sure.
And you'd have smelled, something from it rubbing on it.
Right. Maybe it was just a faulty belt.
Could have been.
Do you think you could have, was there something in the yard that you could have hit or something that way that would have caused it?
Nope. It just split in this one spot, and when it came apart like that. That's all.
Yeah, it just shredded.
Jagged on the ends.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's still hanging on our deck, actually.
It is. Well, I'm going to take it with me when I take the mower in, so
right.
I can.
Right. Yeah. No, I was curious. I didn't know what would have caused it to shred like that when it's brand new.
I have no idea. I think just a lemon.
Just our luck.
Yep.
Morrison Madness luck.
That's right.
That's. Anyway. Oh, it's never a dull moment around here.
It is not.
So. But yeah. So hopefully we are able to mow our lawn for the rest of the summer without incident. But I'm sure there will be other things that come up.
Well, in between now and then, I'll make sure and get the push mower running.
That would probably be a good idea anyway. That way you can do, because it helps to do some of the trimming and stuff with the push mower, doesn't it?
Not anymore. Not since we got rid of the one big tree and we got rid of the bushes in the back. That's mainly what it was for. So almost everything now I can trim with the weed whacker.
Gotcha.
So that's why I wasn't that worried about it. We didn't use it at all last year. The push mower.
Didn't? I don't tend to mow the lawn.
No,
You
I
like
don't.
to mow, and the boys tended to mow with you. They didn't mind it, and I'm allergic to grass when it's cut like that. I start breaking out if I get it on me, so I don't like to be out there if I don't have to be.
No, right.
So I'm a little clueless as to what goes on in our yard
It's all good.
when it comes to maintenance that way, and I'm okay with that. I have enough other things to keep me busy.
It's all good. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Morrison Madness. We have some fun episodes planned for the future. I don't want to give anything away, but I feel like some of them will be
I don't even know what we're talking about.
extra funny. We have some guests that are going to come on that we're going to interview. We have some professionals that we're going to interview, and then just some friends of ours that we're going to have on. And
Yeah?
I think it will definitely be a good time.
Yeah. And we still want to try and figure out some things to compare, contrast, do product reviews.
Compare, contrast.
Oh, words are tough tonight.
It's the
evidently.
PhD student in you.
It is.
Yes, we're gonna do some product reviews. We did one, and
We haven't even even since recording that, we recorded that a couple months ago, and we still haven't published it. So
I think we should publish it. She doesn't like it. I think we should publish it so you can see how horrible our first attempt at doing a product review was.
I think we need to do a better product review, and we can publish them together. Maybe
Okay.
we'll see.
All right. Well, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the places that you can listen to a podcast. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us. And definitely, if you have any suggestions for things that you think would be interesting for us to talk about, please let us know. We're happy to have a discussion about just about anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Until next time.
Take care.